Jill Stella, Shane Tyler Milson. We are here in Toronto at the Secret Lookout spot, and we want to talk to you a little bit today about smell.
Smell. You know that thing called a nose?
A nose?
That's what we're talking about today, and the ability it has to transform your life.
We store up to 10,000 memories just based on smell in our brain. And it can lead you instantly to a past memory in your life, and just, it's so visceral, and it just explains so much about the moment.
Yeah, this
Right?
is something that I was telling Jill that I've just been recently doing more and more in my life is, let's say I'm walking down the road and I'm really enjoying the company that I'm with. What I'll do is I'll literally, if I see a flower or something that's going to create some type of scent, maybe it's even walking past a bakery, I'll actually put a mental cue and I'll take a second to be conscious with my smell and breathe it in, and it's just kind of like almost like a photographic memory of what's happening through my sense of smell.
That's so beautiful. Take
Don't know where I got that
photographs
from.
with your nose.
But that's what it does. It really encapsulates. Like, scent is the strongest scent tied to memory. So if you're really loving your experience, you know, like walking down the road with Jill, I stopped at one group of flowers. It was all yellow and beautiful. I'm like, oh, Jill, smell this. And we smelt it, and it's like, that memory is really ingrained in there. I feel a lot stronger than if we would just walk down that whole street without any type of visceral experience.
And if it's on someone's lawn, you're just making that connection. Someone's saying, hey, what's up? And then you're like, oh, hey, can I smell your flowers? And what a beautiful question to ask someone, right?
Flowers aren't producing food for most people, although they're totally edible. But most people don't know that. So if someone's planting flowers on their lawn, they're obviously like, hey, I want to make my lawn look beautiful and appealing for myself and the world. Imagine someone smelling your flowers walking down the road. That sounds kind of sexual. I didn't mean it to be like that, but let's say someone is smelling the roses that you planted. Would you not be in a state of appreciation like, wow, I'm glad that made an impact on someone, not just me?
What a high honor.
What a high five.
A high five, man. There's been studies that have been done on people that enjoy scents and enjoy smelling things live longer and are less likely to get Alzheimer's disease. So people that are working in a mine or gas station, they lose their sense of smell, and they're more likely to get Alzheimer's and enjoy life less.
You know, dysfunction in the memory. It's a wrong association where the memories are being placed.
Yeah.
I know we were also chatting earlier, and I think this is crazy important. Smelling food before you eat it.
Whoa.
Boom.
Yes. Smelling your food. What a simple concept. And that is really where digestion starts. It starts in the nose, where you pick up that scent, and then your stomach's like, hey, I know what's coming. And then when you smell, and if you smell something that's off, your stomach's gonna be like, whoa, don't ingest. So it's a really primal thing.
I'm very acute with, like, as soon as I open something that maybe leftovers, I know if it's gone bad or, it's still good. And the same thing goes with cooking too. Like, you see, like, everyone's perception of someone making food in a kitchen is, chef, he takes a little spoonful and he tastes it. Dude, you don't have to be at that level. There's higher levels. You can get to the point where you're literally just able to tell how your food is going to taste just by smelling it as it's cooking. You can literally tell just by, smells like it needs a little bit more of something. You can smell when it's off, like too sweet, too salty.
Yeah.
Crazy, but honestly, it's a level.
You can be more intuitive when you just have that kind of awareness. So, I don't know, I kind of encourage everyone to have a meal and just choose one meal of the day to just not have any distractions and not have that visual sense where you're looking at the TV, and just focus on the smell of your food and say a blessing.
To really take it to the next level is actually set intention. Don't be afraid. It doesn't have to be always something connotated to, like, religion. It could just be something, I'm so appreciative for all the sources that this food had to come from, like the ground that it was planted in, X and X, wherever it was planted, and to think even like where all the foods came from to get to your plate. If you do that before a meal, at least I found that it really increases the pleasure and enjoyment of the meal. It increases the taste. So in the cases that it's not necessarily accessible, the food that you're looking for, like organic or raw or non-GMO, if you got to eat food and you're just hungry, you're like, you know what, I might not have to eat something subpar, you could still make quite the difference on it. And this has already been proved with water. Of course, it carries over because most things come down to the water molecule anyways. Yeah. It's already been proved with Dr. Moto experiments. Great documentary. What the bleep do we know? Go watch that. If you don't...
Or Secret Water of Life.
Oh,
Secret Water of
that's
Life,
the actual one on that. Go read The Fields by, I think it's Lynn McTarget. It's an amazing book about quantum science and really like how powerful the mind is at transforming your environment. If you take food that is subpar or water maybe from the tap, you're not going to be able to necessarily filter out the chlorine or the fluoride or whatever's in the water or what's in the food with genetically modified substances. But one thing you can do is change the molecular structure of the food to make it less damaging on the body, and maybe even in some cases probably transform it to the point where it's actually super healthy now for the body. It's like it's now become organic.
And think about that, water, we are made of water, and we're so close to water in nature. So of course we're gonna have this relationship, symbiotic relationship with water. So even if this doesn't work, and oh no, like don't bless your food, it's not scientifically proven, but just the act of doing that is beautiful.
Feels great. Right?
You're creating more joy, and you're changing your mindset to think in the joy state of mind.
You know, try to shut off the TV, the visual stimulation, and get back to the sensory enjoyment of food, like smelling it, eating it, tasting it, and appreciating it.
We're so bombarded with synthetic smells and household products and chemicals that just mask the true scent of things. And we just live in this Febreze style of world and Axe style world where we're not really celebrating the true biology of what you smell like. It's more like this blanket mountain mist scent. And once you really get into people's smells, you can attract people on a biological level. There's been studies about this.
Be real, show your scent off, you know, like don't wash it off all the time.
And it's cool to work with essential oils because they work with your scent rather than masking it.
Yeah, so find that nice balance. Of course, we're not telling you to be a smelly hippie, but we're also saying like, don't be such a clean neat freak where it's like always got to clean up, always got to like change clothes, like, you know,
too sterile.
You don't need to shower every day. Like, you know, take a break once in a while. Get back to that more primitive smell. And hey, we're already telling you guys, it will attract mates. Come on.
But not just any mates, the right mate.
Yes,
for
okay,
you.
that's a good point.
It will attract the one that is right for you.
Jill, are you telling them it's quality over quantity?
Yeah.
She's right. Totally.
We're going to be making more videos about these similar topics, and we're going to give suggestions on how to make products that are natural, that smell good.
That smell amazing, so you don't have to cover your scent up, you enhance it.
You can still be you.
Yeah, we're going to show you ways to like keep your air in your house fresh, you know, even how to pimp out your car rides. So we're going to really give you guys a lot of value. We just asked for one thing in advance. Subscribe here. Subscribe now.
Do it.
Let's do that. And we got so much more for you guys to come. So that's the truth for you guys today. Until next time.
See you later.
And I'm like, don't go for one at a time. Get the whole bunch. Oh, and I'm telling you, the scent is amazing. It's almost like citrusy in a way, but it's like very like summer smelling. So dig in. Like, don't be nervous when you see flowers. Be that person who stops when they see flowers on the side of the road. Stop and smell the roses, but don't stop at roses. Go with all flowers.